Hey everyone, the Game Piece here. Welcome back to another video for the most recent patch of Temtem. Today we're going to be going over one of the most anticipated and one of the coolest features, in my opinion, of this patch, and that is going to be chaining. Now, chaining, if you weren't aware, was a feature in the Pokemon series where if you run into multiple Pokemon, one after another, your odds of finding a shiny will increase. And that is essentially how it will work in Temtem, but you will have the chance of increasing stat values as well. Now, chaining is done by obtaining items called radars. Radars can be obtained by defeating 3 dojo leaders each week. You can only obtain 3 per week, though. That is the most important thing to keep in mind. You can only obtain 3 of these. So even though there's 4 dojo masters for us to rematch right now, you can only obtain 3 radars. So make sure you pick a dojo leader that you want to challenge who will give the appropriate radar. We're still working out which leader gives the radars for which Temtem, but we know that leaders give radar for different Temtem, and there's a pool that they draw from, so you're gonna have to wait for more information on that, but just keep that in mind that you can only get 3 per week. Now, once you defeat the leader and get that radar, you will be able to head on over to the habitat where that Temtem on that radar is found initially, and you'll be able to activate that radar. Once that radar is active, you will have a new UI icon on your screen, which will show you your encounter numbers. Now, this is important because the values change for your Luma odds and for your SV odds. But once you start up the radar as well, you will see Temtem spawning in the overworld. These Temtem will be the ones matching your radar, so you'll just have to run into them in order to start a radar encounter. Now, doing these radar encounters will increase the chain, but it's important to note that you have to defeat or capture the Temtem in order to increase the chain. Running away from them will break the chain, as well as defeating and capturing a Temtem outside of a radar encounter. So if you find a Temtem in like the wild grass or whatever, it will break the chain as well. So you do have to keep that in mind. It will break the whole radar if a bonus is active. So if you do have a chain going, be sure that you're only encountering and defeating or capturing those wild radar Temtem. Now let's go over some of the bonuses that you can be expecting to get. Once you reach 50 encounters, the bonus will start to kick in, and the Temtem will start appearing with a minimum SV value of 10. After 100 encounters, the minimum SV value will be 20, and then at 200 encounters, that is when the Luma odds will be multiplied by 5, and then after 300 encounters, the multiplier for Luma odds will be increased to 10. So if you want the best odds, go ahead and get that 300 encounters, and then the Luma odds will be increased even further. So as you go on in this chain, the Luma odds will keep on getting better, but it's important to note that the radar will run out at 400 encounters. So you only have 100 encounters with that multiplier of 10 on it to get your Luma. So if it breaks, then you're out of luck and you have to wait until the next week. But doing the rematches, like I said, each week will grant you 3 radars, so you can get 3 different radars for the Temtem each week. And they will be dependent on which dojo leader. Like I said earlier, they'll have different pools that they draw from. But on the patch notes, it does say that the types will be matching the dojo type specialties, so you can kind of get a sense for what dojo leader you want to go after. But I think overall, this is a really nice method to have in the game. It's very nice to have it weekly. Having the odds break after 400 encounters might be a little controversial, but I think that hopefully people will get lucky with the multiplier of 10. The Luma odds did get increased in this patch once again to 1 out of 10,000. So the best odds that you can get are 1 out of 1,000 now if you get that multiplier of 10. So definitely keep that in mind, you guys, if you are willing to spend the time in order to get that chain going. But this is just a nice little side activity to have in order to maybe hunt after a special Temtem that you get in a radar. But let me know what you guys think of the radars down below in the comments, and what you think of the mechanics behind these, surrounding them as well. I'm very interested to hear everyone's thoughts on this. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe and leave a like for more Temtem content. And there's definitely a lot more on the way. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the patch. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and have a great rest of your day.